Welcome along to qualifying for the Spanish GP event. Hope you're doing well, and I hope before you tackle qualifying you have witnessed our strategy guides. They include track maps like this, where to push, where to conserve, and what strategies and boosts to follow. So if you haven't, that video was released on Tuesday, so go and check that out. But we are going to get on with our qualifying round. I'm going to open these crates up, and then I'm going to show you what we are currently running, and hopefully we're going to take some points where we have limited boosts. Wow, Logan Sargent from a Series 11 gold crate. That is killer. That does affect the heart. I mean, we're not too happy with that. So a little bit of fun here. I want to see if you are watching this video, I want you to comment down below. What I want to do, a little challenge. I want to see if I can get as many of you commenting as possible. So let's see if we can get our biggest record and go for it. So what I want you to do is comment down below, love the content, and let's see how many of you actually comment, because it's just good fun, you know, we've got to keep it interesting. But this is what we're running. 118 over 181. No wild card boosted this week. And we've got Sainz and Perez. No massive boosted because of that, just 5%. But Spanish GP, no, we're going to give it our best. Alonso doesn't fit for us, so we're going with this one. We are moving to Abu Dhabi for race number 1. So, first race, a little bit of a tricky matchup. Now, in Abu Dhabi this week, we do not have any extreme heat. So, we should be pretty good to potentially run a 2-stop and a 1-stop. But I'm going to probably chuck on Saar and get rid of the block of that. P16, P17. It's going to be a very tough weekend if that is anything to go by. So, Carlos Sainz, I'm going to stick on Saar. And Perez, I'm going to do a 2-stop. We're going to use, I don't want to use massive boosts at the moment, so I'm just going to use a rooster. Let's see what we can do. Good start would be ideal here. That would be perfect if we can do that. I mean, we get a perfect and an average. We knew that was coming back from Sainz, but Abu Dhabi, usually you can get a good start and make up some positions. You can see already we're up to P11 and P14. That will get better into the hairpin as we take P9 and P11. Now we're going to chill with Sainz. Let him just slow down a little bit. A little bit jolty in this race as well, which is a bit annoying. We're going to try and get Perez past a few cars. We're not going to push Sainz. And it's all a bit tight at the moment, but we're past Magnussen it is. And we're trying to just get past Norris, which we do now, and we're up to P7. So decent effort. Rival comes back pushing, but we're not going to push too much. But we'll push into the hairpin. Good overtaking chances. One of the best overtaking chances at Abu Dhabi is the hairpin. So we've done that nicely. And Ferrari's looking a bit slow there off the corner. So we're going to try and just take one of them. It's Carlos Sainz. Might be sulking, them tears weighing him down from the exit of Ferrari next year. And Perez coming round is going to pit next lap. We're going to try and take double Ferrari, but we can't. Or will we now take him? And we're going to take Perez as well. So, decent move, P4, but we're going to do a 2-stop, significantly slower. And we're up to P11 again for Sainz. Red Bull nearly goes through us, but we survived that experience. And we're now approaching the pit stop. So Perez is going to come in. Going to go to softs for another 3 laps. Sainz is going to go round. And we're probably going to use hards when he comes back out. Try and give us a bit of pace. Norris defending well. Not that well, because we're now through. So we are going to use what power? No, we're going to go mediums. I'm happy with mediums here. We're up to P5. Just want some good points. I mean, I know we say 40 plus all the time. It's going to be a lot harder to score 40 points this time round. But we are going to get Leclerc. Remember, we used to start like P9 and P11 last week. So the chances are we are not scoring anything like what we had. I'm going to say early on, 300 points would be great for us this weekend. Generally. Sainz pits. A few more people pitting as well, including Sargent. We're on the back of Alonso. And we are through into P4. And Sainz on that medium tyre is going to come out very nicely here. He's in P8. Make it P7. Nice. Nice. P4 and P7. Going to pit next lap with Perez. Sainz doesn't have to pit any longer. Ahead of us, there's a few hard tyres, but we don't necessarily have a big gap between them. So we're probably not going to overtake. Or are we? We're going to get ahead of Sainz and Hamilton. We're pushing Sainz to see if we can get past one or more of them. I don't think we are, though. But P2, we are obviously going to drop back down. Sainz struggling to get past Perez. And you can see why Perez is going to go back for us quite far, because got a few cars ahead of him. Just saving power unit to try and come back. Can we get past Perez? Still got decent tyres, to be fair. And we are past. We're into P4. Make that P3. And here comes Verstappen coming out the pits. We're ahead of him at the moment. We've got P1 ahead of us. So it'd be good if we could keep ahead. It's going to be very tricky to do so, though. We're going to keep pushing all the time. See if we can keep him ahead. It'd be nice if we could. We're on for some decent points here. Sainz. Again, we'll push out the last corner. See if we can get Hamilton into the last. Can we get him into the first corner? Dive up the inside. No, we can't. Perez is into P4. We are under attack now by Verstappen. Out of the hairpin we go. Both cars are bang there. Hamilton, can we get him? We can get him. We are in to P1. Sainz and Perez fighting hard. We've now got both of these ahead of us. Can we get Hamilton to get a double podium? Oh, I don't think we can. I think it's going to be P1 and P4. Just couldn't. Sainz does get the win. Beautiful run. I don't know what that screenshotted, but it screenshotted Summit. And that is a very solid 45 points from the first race here in Abu Dhabi. So a great return for that first race. That is exactly what we needed. And higher team score rival as well. And it is level 8, level 9 on Verstappen and Sainz. And the car, 130 over 187. So slightly better than ours, carrying a bit more speed as we look to race 2. So let's move on to race number 2. Race number 2 coming from Zandvoort. And this is a decent opportunity to score points if you get the luck in running as well. Don't need any tyre management boosts around here. And just so you can see, we're going to be doing a 3 soft, 4 medium and a 4 medium, 3 soft. We qualify 15th and 17th. So we're going to go soft and mediums. We are going to stick on probably Rooster again, actually, because we've got 423. I think that will make sense to do so. Let's save the boosts as the door goes. Oh, now I've got to go and get the door. We're coming back. We're coming. What are we on? Oh no. We had to get the door. Whoa, we're in P6 and P16. Oh my god. I'm out of breath. I'm getting too fat. I'm getting too old. Jesus. I mean, Sainz has had a bad start. We've got to rescue this. How are we going to rescue Sainz? We're going to start by not getting past Bottas. Great. I mean, I was boosted the whole time, so I don't actually think I could have got any more positions. But, there you go. Generally worrying. I'm generally round upstairs. I'm out of breath. It had to be when I started this streaming as well, that the door went. It just had to be the case. P15 then, and we're into P2. Great move. What else can we do? We kind of need to get some power unit back, if I'm honest. And we get P14. Obviously, we're not taking any cornering or anything this time round. So it is solely just literally race start. That's what we needed, and we didn't get a boost off Sainz. Perez is in the lead. But he pits. So we can just really focus on Sainz probably now, who's going to try and get past the rival. Can't get past. Good news is we come back for softs here. A lot of people in the pits, including us, who just comes out. Let's see if we can just push past the rival. Can we keep Alonso at bay? Yes, we can. So with Perez in P6, that's looking pretty solid. You can see he's already a pit stop ahead of Carlos Sainz. That's how much he's improved in this race. And how unlucky we probably were. Usually I don't boost at certain points, but I had to when I went and get the door. But we're up to P8. That's going to get better into P7 as we come into the pits. Remember, there's a few pit stops in there as well. Here comes Verstappen coming out of the pits. If we can get Perez, we can save ourselves from a Verstappen attack. And yes, we can. Perez now looking after power unit. Sainz is going to come out quite a lowly, annoying, but he is going to take a couple of positions into P16. He's got a long way to go, Sainz, if he wants to get some of these positions back. Should be able to get past his hard tyre rival pretty quick. And there you go, we're already through, and we're already attacking Zhou Guanyu. Bit of a nightmare in Zandvoort then. But P14, Perez is leading, just. We're going to get the Williams now of Sargent, and there's a few more pit stops, thankfully, that we can overtake. We're going to boost out of that corner. We've got to use all our skill here to try and just manage. We're going to push Perez because he's clear on tyre management. He's good. We're going to close up again in this middle sector. Great place to overtake. And here we go again. We're right behind Leclerc. We're past Leclerc into P8. I definitely want P7 and P6 in this race. We're going to take P7 already with a lap to go. We can definitely make P6, I think. He's there in front of us. It's Aston Martin. It's big boy Fernando Alonso. Can we get him? Don't think we're going to get any more. So this is a good recovery mission. If we can get Fernando. And we can get Fernando. We're into P6. And that is going to secure us a very solid 43 points. Especially when we couldn't conserve most of that lap, which we would have wanted to on the first lap. So 43 points is what we'll take. And after diving off to get the front door, because there's someone with the postman game, I'll take them points. Absolutely take them points. So 1425 versus 1454 again. So I forgot to show you, but here we go. We're going to go straight into race 3. That race 3 is Austria. We're going to be doing a 2-stop. We're going to be doing a 3-soft, 4 medium, and a 4 medium, 3 soft from our grid positions. So we make it to Austria, and yeah, there is a good point of chance. There's a good chance of scoring points here. Let's get my words out. Brain fog, 30 plus now. See, we've got a rival who is actually from one of our teams, and hopefully it's a bot, and we're not going to take points off a real version of our team members. P16, P17, as we always are. So soft and mediums is what we're going to go on. And we're just going to use Rooster again. Obviously, race start helps us massively. But the main reason for this is so that we can get and save some of the boosts that we've got. But here we go. Let's see how we can get. Lazy Mouth of AZWF1 Fidelis is who we're against. And it is not a real player. But we need a good start. That is what we need. We're going to try the old pit launch trick. Seems to help sometimes, more mentally than anything, I think. But Perez up to P9. That's going to get even better. Not yet. P9, P12. He's now ahead of Russell into P8. So good early movements from Mr. Perez. Rivals boosting at the moment because of the AI on the hards. And we're passed into P7. We're going to keep on this upwards trend, hopefully. And now we're going to try and get the Aston Martin back. Remember, you always want to conserve down the straights at this track because you can get some great power unit back. You can see we're just holding off. We're going to use the middle stint section to gain some power unit back. Rival just squeaks past us, and we're all ahead now, right behind Perez. We're going to come in this lap, and we're trying to get past. We are into P5. Sainz got the 2 cars of the rivals ahead. We're going to just leave on medium. We're going to attack into the corner. We're going to make that move. We're going to keep pushing with Perez. Every little helps here as he gets into P4. Should get P3 as well, I think. Past Norris here. Not quite. So Perez will pit. 3-3-4. Sainz will carry on. In a bit of traffic. But he's going to come out on the softs. And he's going to get past into P6. Going to push into turn 3. And we're going to get into P5. And we're going to push all the way here. Because we can... You're best conserving and looking after your tyres on a soft tyre stint. Rather than a medium. Because obviously you want to be on the quicker tyre. Sainz comes in. So does Alonso. Perez is up to P12. And this round's looking a lot better than I expected. I definitely didn't expect to score 40s so easy. We haven't scored 40s in this race just yet. But we are P7 and we are P12. Just looking after power unit now to try and gain it back for the last stint. Sainz is in P11. And to be honest, we could probably get away with doing 4 softs. I probably won't do it. Because these are going to end up stacking. And that's what I don't want. As Sainz... Why is my nose so itchy? We're going to go mediums. We're going to service. It's not going to cost us too much of time here. Rival's done 6 laps on the hards. That is a interesting strategy. And now Perez pits. Onto the mediums for 4 laps. He could just run softs, but I feel like we'll gain some power unit back. Sainz is into P4, still to pit. We won't service for him. Where's Perez going to come out? P6 for Perez. Great little pit stop. Trying to get past his clone. Round the outside. Not quite. Feel like that's a key move that we want to get done though. And we are now into P5. Pushing hard in case there's any further pit stops. And there will be further pit stops. Perez is in. And Perez is coming out. Going to get ahead. Now we've got to just conserve. We need the power unit if we want to get further in this race. We've got 2.5 laps. And we've got pit stops to come as well. I mean, we're not going to catch Sainz. We might catch Norris. And the medium is still going to pit as well. So there's a chance here of overtaking a few more positions. There is Norris. We're going to get ahead of both cars ahead of him by the look of it. And we are. He's going to be very quick though. That's the one thing we've got to watch out for. Norris on the attack. Told you he's going to be quick, didn't I? Jesus. Passed me already. Rival is there as well. We just haven't managed to get some power unit back. That's our biggest problem. We've got a pit stop though for P2. That's why we've pushed the power unit earlier than I like. Because I want to get into P4. There is P4. Ah, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get P4. They're going to be on soft tyres as well. We are just going to conserve, give us some extra welly for this last section. And you can see the soft traction that they get out of the corner is completely better than ours. And it looks like it is going to be a Carlos Sainz P2 with Perez in P5. We will take it though, because yet again, it is 43 points. And we can't complain at that. Cannot do the final race. It is Austin of race number 4. And we're going to try again. If we can score consistently 40s here, I mean, I'm going to be very happy for the weekend to come. Because we're going to be on we've got a great matchup. 14th and 16th. That's the very best it's going to get this weekend. So we're in for the long run. I'm going to go Rooster again. Simple as that. Race start is key. And then we're just going to have to worry and save the other boosts for later. So let's settle down. Let's see what we can do. We'll do the little pit trick. See if we just get a fly up the inside or something. See what happens. And, I mean, we're going to try with these cars by the look of it. And it's going to be a P9 and a P13 start. So after the first couple of corners, we're going to get busy with the Ferraris, Mercedes, the Red Bulls, bit of everything as we get a screenshot as well, just in case you wondered what that light was. Got to get the thumbnail in, but we're making very good starts. P3 and what could be P7. Yeah, P7 at the moment. So as long as we manage these tyres now through to pit stop, and it's going to get even better. It's going to get into P2 and P6. No, I mean, could we get 47 points out of this race? It'd be tough. As we lose P7, well, P6 into P7. Rain is coming, but we'll find out after this cloudy period how long that away is, as Leclerc is going to get back through. So some of these just lapping faster. It's on the mediums as well. That's based on the AI Series 12 cars. We're going to get back past though into P7. And P1 is not getting ahead. So let's look at the weather. Just above me right here, 9 seconds. And that rain, will find out how far away it is. Do we go softs or do we go mediums? 48. Oh, that's a killer of a time. I mean, I might just go wets now. I mean, we're going to do a 10-second pit stop, including enter and exit. I mean, it's going to be very early, but it might save me a pit. We're not in the pits yet, though. Maybe not too bad, actually. I'm going to send Sainz round one more time. Perez is in. He's going to come out wet tyres, dry weather for a while. And it's not going to be too long, but what is everyone else coming out on? Hard tyres. Perez is going to be the only one who's going to start struggling briefly. And then it's going to come to him a lot better. Look how slow he is going. Losing time all the time. And then now, he should start eking out positions as he gets up to 10%. We're going to push Sainz into pit. And now he is starting. Usually the cut-off's around 20%. That's when you want to change onto wets or change onto dries from wets. We are very much in that section now. As Sainz struggling. So we could be on for some big points in this race. Because everyone, a lot of cars out there are going to be on dries. Just the leaders. And look at that. 2 moves by Perez into P3. Sainz P7. We can push Sainz as well. He's got good tyres to the end. And here comes into P2. So P2, P5. How about P4? Not yet. We've got to wait for that one. Russell's on the wets, I think, as well. Russell is on wets. Norris on hards. And we're now past Norris. So P2 and P4. Beautiful at the present. Bit of mixed change in weather in Austin. I don't think we're going to catch Verstappen out front. He's basically playing like the real life Verstappen at the moment. But into the first corner we go. We've got one more lap after this. We are trying to close the gap to see if we can make any more positions. But I think it's going to be impossible. You can see the gap Max has got. And you can see, I think it is Hamilton currently in between us. Or it's Russell in P3. So I don't think we are going to gain any more. But we are closing, closing and closing. You never know when a wild Logan Sargent is going to stick one into the side of another car. So we'll keep the pressure on. Perez, P2. We're going to push P4. You can see the Mercedes, but I think it's just out of reach. Just don't think we can catch. We're definitely not going to catch with Perez. I mean, we're trying to catch with Sainz. Be great if we could get P3. He's only there. Just haven't got the gap that we need. You can see how close we are. We are so close to taking it. We're not going to. It is going to be a final P2 and P4 in Austin. And that actually makes a terrific round. Because from starting like P14 to P17, I didn't expect any major points at all. So for the fact that we've managed to do what we've done, I will absolutely take. Rival's going to come home the bot, I believe it was, in P11 and P15. And that is absolutely what we needed. So great, great points 44 points. Let's show you the rivals car setup. And it was on level 7 Alonso, level 7 Sainz. And decent car. That's a good setup. Fair play. But let's show you how that means we've got on in qualifying. Some potentially easier tracks in qualifying this week. And we've scored a massive 175. I am absolutely buzzing with that one. So I will take that every single day of the week, especially with only a 5%. Imagine if they were 10% boosted. But 175 points, if we did that at the weekend, would be on 350. But we know Imola and Monza lurk for the opening round and weekend.